Hi and welcome to Nerd 74. In today's episode, I'm gonna give you a short review about the build on my new 9-inch frame, which I use to fly the quad line of sight. The reason for buying this frame is that I crashed my old school frame. I was looking for a new frame, and this is what I found. I tried to get a frame as big as possible to increase the visibility in comparison to a 5 or 6 inch frame. So I go through the components and explain you what I did on this quad. So first let's go through all the components. Let's start at the FC. The FC is a Furious FPV 14E F4 FC. It's a pretty old FC, but it still works great for a line of sight quad. Then the ESC is a 4-in-1 ESC, Sunrise Cicada, 35 amps. The motors are from the YS, from the Samguk series, the Way motors, which run on 2600 kV. The props are the watermelon props from Mr. Steel. These are 5-inch 3-blade props. Then as an RC receiver there is an Hskrc XM receiver built in, a single antenna receiver which has enough range for line of sight flying. Then additional I had to install a Pololu step down regulator which powers all the LEDs I installed. It delivers 12 volts and 600 milliamps. All the LEDs I installed take around 350 milliamps, so that fits perfect. For batteries I use 4S 1500 to 1800s. The LEDs I installed are from Hobby King. On the front side I have yellow LEDs, on the rear arms I have red LEDs just to increase the visibility in the dark. And what I added too is on the bottom side there is a stripe of white LEDs just to also increase the visibility of top plate and bottom plate in flying in the dark, because the arm LEDs have the same color on top side and on bottom side of the arms. To increase the visibility during day flights, I added some tape on the back arms. I used red tape. One function is to keep the motor cables hidden on the arm, and the second function is to increase visibility. The rear arms are red, the front arms are black. It also made it possible to glue the LED stripes onto the electric tape. Underneath the motors I added some arm protectors which make it possible to grind the quad on hard surfaces, so it protects the arm and also the LEDs, because when the quad sits on the stands the LEDs don't touch the ground, so I can grind on hard surfaces and I don't damage the frame or the LEDs. To mount the battery I didn't use the original foam to put on the battery. Instead of this I use some sticky pad which keeps the battery in place even if you don't use Velcro. So as you can see the Velcro isn't mounted, and the sticky pad keeps the battery very well in place. And for sure to fly aerobatic maneuvers you should use your strap too, but the sticky pad is a really great solution to keep the battery in place. Then let's have a look at the details on the frame itself. What I didn't like after the first assembling of the frame is that all the press nuts didn't go right into the carbon. So I drilled up the top side of the carbon plates to better put in the press nuts, just to make the build look cleaner, and the screws can really go the whole way through the press nuts, which wasn't possible after the stock assembling. To install the stack I used the stock screws which are included in the kit. The only thing I added is some O-rings underneath the ESC just to get enough space between the ESC and the carbon plate to avoid any short circuits of the ESC on the carbon. On the bottom side of the frame I also added some white tape, also to increase the visibility. Top side is black and bottom side is white. Like this, it helps to keep the orientation during day flights. To glue all the LEDs onto the electric tape and to the self-adhesing white foil, I used Hskrc. This glue works pretty perfect for this job. It's a really elastic glue also when it's dried out, and it's also removable. So if you have to unwrap the electric tape, it's no problem to remove the LEDs from the arms and from the bottom plate of the quad. In comparison to the old school frame, I almost reduced the weight about 140 grams. The Hskrc 9-inch frame is at around 150 grams and the old school frame was around 290 grams. So it's massive loss of weight. During the test flight, it felt so much better in the air, much more responsive, and the motors were not that much stressed and the flying was pretty serious fun. So all in all, I really like this frame. There are only two little downsides I figured out. One is, as you can see in my frame assembly video, the outer holes which keep the arms in place are drilled in 4mm and the screws you use to mount the arms are only 3mm screws. So you have to do some little brass or other metal tubes to fill up the gap between the screw and the armhole, just to avoid any play of the arm in the frame. Another little downside is that you have some holes in the rear end of the frame, which looks like you can install a 20mm stack, but the holes are only in width 20mm, but in length they are around 15mm. So there's no way to use these holes for mounting a 20mm stack compatible VTX, for example. These holes are just usable to pull some zip ties through them or something like this, but it's not usable to mount the stack. The main stack is a 30mm stack and there are only holes for a 30mm stack. There is no possibility to install a 20mm stack on this frame. Another little thing is that the screws which keep the arms in place, the inner screws, they are also the mounting screws for the stack. So if you want to remove an arm, you have to unscrew the stack screw, which is not really comfortable, but not a big deal, but just a little detail which is also a little downside on this frame. RTF weight without battery is 385 grams, which is a pretty nice weight for a 9-inch frame like this. This is all about the build review of this line of sight quad. Now let's jump right into the footage. Thanks for watching, have a good time, bye bye.